Hello and welcome back to another VOD review here on the YouTube. If you guys are wondering where I'm at, I am currently staying with some family while we make some changes to the house, visit some family, two birds with one stone. We're going to be here for a couple days. You guys can enjoy, maybe for the next couple of videos, the floral bed backdrop. I got a beautiful snake plant over there in the corner. I'm wearing tank tops. It's a little warm here. I just plowed a burger, a little tired. Let's jump right in. Right now we got Chimp Revolution, aka, one second. He is level 3 on Face It, scrubs a lot. He's playing Vertigo, so 13-16 win. We're going to jump right into this. Let's see how it goes. Stewie2K came to play with the raid. Chilling in Las Vegas now. He's rocking some braids. What if you were rocking braids, Stu? I heard there's some toxicity in the first 5 rounds, which is why comms are muted. You're making some noise. They could hear you. About to get overrun. Nice shot. You could critique, you could nitpick, you could argue that because you're the last line of defense here, playing a spot where you hide and try to like off angle like right here and get one and then could be better. Or right from the get-go, if you thought you were getting split, you know, falling back to a spot like here, like you hear them coming mid-B, be one step ahead. You know they might be coming mid-B. Another option would be just come back here, kind of hold this side, and isolate and dance. You went to help, which is not a bad call, so it's hard to say you should have stayed here from the get-go without like having this forethought. Even when you're right here, think instead of taking a heads up fight here, this is not terrible. You're in a 1v3. You're probably going to get one and done anyways, but just something to think about, right? Take stairs if it is lost. Yeah. A lot of times when you're getting pressured and they're taking the bomb site, creating an outlet for yourself by fighting this side would have been basically the thought. But, okay, let's just skip here. Eco round, doesn't really matter. You know, it's hard to control your teammates, but I think there's a little bit of redundancy right here, just both holding. But it's not that bad, right? Because in pugs, a lot of times someone might just come here for a headshot fight, so I don't hate this. I think, you know, you see a lot of good players will do the pre-molly here. Not a bad fight. Good double kill. I like that you didn't flash, because honestly, if you would have flashed, there's a higher chance that the second guy here would have been more aware. So a lot of people right there, just because enemies are there, people think, let me use my util, right? And I don't hate that because a lot of people have problem using util, but when you're using it for yourself, that's what the difference, right? If you are flashing over here off the wall because this guy connector said, hey, I want to peek, that's beautiful because they're drawing their attention to here. They might turn like this, and as they turn, this guy can peek and have an advantage in this fight. But if you were to flash and just come peek yourself right here, unless it's like a god flash where you're already up here, you throw it over to the right and you peek with it and get yourself a for sure kill, just throwing a flash, banking it off the wall right there would have just given up your position and not blinded anybody. So this is not a bad play. I think right here, like, don't forget, like, having gun out is never a bad thing, but having a flash out for your boy right here would have probably gone a long way. Boom, flash right here, boom, that guy's blind, right? Like, what are you doing right now? You're not doing anything. You didn't go to fight him, and you didn't flash for him, right? So right there, your play should be whatever his color is, or whatever his name is, however you want to communicate to him. Hey, blue, or whatever, you know, whatever. Flashing how do you right? Flashing how do you know, boom, flash up here, right? Why? Because it's behind him and it complements his angle, right? Anytime we're flashing forward teammates, we want to be aware of their angle first, the enemy's angle second. Unless you think it's okay to blind them, that's fine. Like, if you want to blind in front of him here, the only reason that's okay is if you're running to take the fight, right? Because then by the time he's unblind, you could trade, right? So that's what you need to do right there, for sure. You're here, you were just doing nothing, bro. And maybe there's a lot of toxicity, like you said. I know you said there's a lot of toxicity. Maybe you weren't able to focus. But all I could work with is what I see. And what I saw right there was a disconnected site setup. This is an unnecessary angle. I don't think this is a good angle at all. I'll tell you why right now. I'm going to restart the round and then catch up while I talk about why I don't think it's a good angle. When people come to peek something like this, there's off angles that are important, right? That's not an off angle. That's code I call it. I just call it an on angle for the sake of simplicity. The first on angle is they're going to peek along this box. They're going to keep peeking. They're going to peek that, right? And then they're going to peek this and then this. So if you're, especially in a man advantage, you want to do one of two things here. You either want to spot a crevice just to see that they're coming out and then dodge when they come out, flash fight, or you want to fight an off angle, which would be more like out here, especially in a 5v3. Again, man up situation, you're stuck here. I hope you know, right? These fights are kind of unnecessary unless you're taking it, right? At this point, 5v3, I would be playing something like this, right? Or even just like right here in front of it, just hold like a little crevice. you know, you could fight. It's not the end of the world to hold these angles, but again, you're playing an odd angle. This angle at this rank is probably fine, but the better players you get against, they're going to clear this. I don't mind making noise. I'm not a fan of how much you're making here. You're just telling them how to play. You got to tap the bomb, brother. He's not going to peek you, right? First thing right here, the first objective in a 1v1 is to either flush people out of a corner or tap the bomb. So right away, you hear him run to the right. The first thing you do, because you don't know if he's staying close or falling, is you just walk up on him. You take away options right away. You walk up, you start clearing this way, right? If he's close, he might be in the smoke. You come back and check that a sec. You come back, peek this angle for a sec. You see if he walked in the smoke and stayed in it. If he didn't, you molly this side. You tap the bomb. You peek this. If he doesn't peek you from here or here right away, there's a good chance he's behind your molly. Now you tap the bomb and you take some angle away from him because he thinks you're on the bomb. He preempts it. You're out wide. You kill him. Forcing him out, and then you have to tap the bomb. And then also, if you do it right, like I was saying, you'll be able to guess pretty decently where he's at. Yeah, see, this is the problem with you not taking control. These angles are so T-sided that now you're doing some silly stuff, taking damage. Now you're lucky that he didn't do more damage. You got your boy helping you. Like, again, right here, you're just like, all this time, they're not doing anything, and you still are just giving them the same fight as if they rushed, right? You want to penalize them for not having good map control. Penalize them for not flashing out here and coming. Instead, you just let them walk up on you. You should always be like listening and trying to throw either early HE off this, a molly here, smoke the molly. If somebody beat it under here, that's perfect, right? You molly there, smoke that, come here, flash off the wall, and look down as you clear. You know, just like create your own little routine, whatever you like. At pro level, if the CTs were to just sit back and play this bomb site every round, that team lost the match. So you're obviously not pro level, but I'm just letting you know, like that, even if the fights aren't taken here, if the T's say, hey, we never have to waste utility here, they just give up B main and play site, you just probably are losing. Even if you don't have the perfect setup, that's why you would do this. So you're the B main player, flexibility is not your concern, information is, and conditioning. Anytime you're an extremity player, guys, this is actually a really strong point. Anytime you're an extremity player, are you the B player on Mirage? Are you the ticket booth player on Mirage? Your job is not to rotate. Your job is to condition and not let them condition you. So what does that mean? You're the ticket booth guy on Mirage. If they are throwing a right side smokes every round, don't throw the same counter util. Don't just immediately molly ramp, right? Sometimes molly palace, right? Fight ramp. Other time molly palace or molly ramp, fight palace from passive spawn. Next time be hiding under balcony while your team mollies ramp for you. Now they're not going to clear into balcony because every round you've been mauling from ticket booth, right? And you're not the rotator. You're the anchor. The extremities are the anchors. You don't leave until bomb is there. The only time you leave is if you have a passionate communication from one of your teammates, right? 4 upper B, 4 upper B. They're all here, right? Then it's okay. Now it's not on you anymore. Now the decision is on your other guy who just called all here. That's why I always am critical. When people say, the B, and I rotate and bomb walks out palace, that's not my fault. You just talked as if your family was dying. That's why I always tell people, comms start with numbers. 1B, 2B, all B, right? All B means a lot. 1B, 2B, 3B could be a fake. Can you explain the difference between first-time reactions and second infinite reactions throughout the round? I already did. I mean, the whole point is that you account for timing. You, in order of operations, account for both. And then try to use your intuition to guess. So in the example here, where we talked about if all these options, right, if they walk through the smoke, B main, you account for the 1/1000, right? So this would be a 1/1000, 2/1000, 3/1000, 4/1000, 5/1000, 6/1000. So if you're going to lean, you got to have that time in the back of your mind of holding the cross. Because the worst thing that can happen is these options, you just start thinking of all the options and ignore the information you can get from just simply looking at your screen. And this guy crosses triple, you rotate back into B lane, and you're like, I got B main, you're watching stairs, this guy's triple ready to win the round for his team, right? I have trouble telling the difference between 2 people and the whole team with sound. That's fine. That's my point, though. You call 2 people, 3 people upper B. 2 people upper B, multiple upper B. You don't say, there be, all B. You say, I think 2 upper B at least, 2 upper B at least, because now, as the anchor, if I'm ticket booth on Mirage, if I'm B on Mirage, if I'm B on whatever map, Dust 2, I don't need to leave. I have 4 teammates probably jonesing. That's why I always call anything under global, even global elite, a lot of times kids are like this, but anything like LE or lower facer rank, everyone, I call it Pee-wee hockey. Because it swarms, bro. People here, they're A. And this guy mid leaves. I used to do videos. You remember those videos where I'd tell you guys, here, let me just explain what I'm doing every round, and I'll tell you where these guys are going to be. Because people can't help themselves. The scoreboard. There's a guy right here. They're A. He turns his back to mid and just starts flying to A. I'm going to get some kills, baby. Well, I'm going to knife you because you're an idiot. You know, I'm going to walk through mid right as I hear you drop off this because you're unaware that you're making sound. I'm going to get a free kill, take a bite of my burrito, know your B player's alone. He's worried about this, so he's slow. So I'm going to go fight your rotator who's watching mid because he asked, where'd you just die from? I pre-aim the angle because I know he already over-rotated because he wants to fight today. I'm coming back. He's holding the angle that I expect. Why do I win the fight? Because of Peeker's advantage. This guy's leaning because he knows I kill his team mid to check flank. This guy backhaul is not watching backhaul, so he's not doing anything. I walk up here, throw a flash. This guy thinks I'm fighting him. I have a 1v1 against this guy. I just won the round while reading a Harry Potter book to my children. So I like how you shoot here. This is the classic thing I told Super Soup. Yeah, not too much of a critique right there. Always remember, like, you're going for a headshot, so don't get too quick to spam the Glock, right? Nice entry, good pre-aim. I don't know about that nade. Unnecessary, probably. Good scaling. You're holding. I like that you're holding. You're keeping ground. That's fine. Keep space. See, generally, you guys want to throw the 2 smokes here. One here and the one here, whatever. This guy's on your left, though. Yeah, that HE though, like, right? Like, maybe throwing it off headshot's not the end of the world, because this is very common. You just literally banked a nade, like, here. It's probably honestly better. A lot of people, what they do is they throw flashes up here to the right, because then if you're second or third line, not the first guy. The first guy will throw a flash off here, right? And the second, just so it's, and then he'll run like this. And the second guy will come and throw flashes over here, right? Because then it blinds people. Like, if you know there's no off, chimp, I don't hate what you just did. The reason I'm saying that, like, in the end, you got a rifle fight. This is a very winnable fight. I don't mind this fight, but I'm not saying that I dislike that you fought an M4 player right here. But what I'm saying is you don't know where the opera moved initially. So you just doing that willy-nilly is a big mistake because you don't know where the opera is at. So that's the point. If you know they have MP9s, right? Actually, that's a great point to clarify. Like, right there, if you know they don't have any ARs, it's just SMGs or pistols or maybe FAMASs, don't smoke anything, right? AK is an advantage right there. Take those heads-up fights. But the second you know it's an option play, you need to use util properly, right? But yeah, if they have FAMAS, even M4s, and you want to take some fights, these are not bad fights to take. They're static. You're dynamic. They're standing still. You're moving. That's a T-sided fight. That's a T-sided advantage. It only becomes an advantage once they have an op or off angles. There's the lurk again. They know you like to lurk. It's good you go even slower this time. This is good. Don't need to make steps. You're going slower. I like this because last time you went, your timing was earlier, right? Last time you were about 121, or you had already been forward. Good lurk. And look at that impact. Look at that impact from the better timing lurk. Now, it is unfortunate that your team all collapsed. All these flashes that aren't doing nothing. You got to remember the bomb box is here. You're just banking flashes into the bomb box. What you would do, what I would probably do there is if the guy knows I'm here, either A, you hold passive and make him think you're going to reposition around here, or B, if you're going to fight him right away, use your flash only when you know it's going to hurt him. Like, say you peek him and he's moving this way, then it's good, because then if he moves this way, you could throw a flash high to your left and then peek with it, and it's actually going to help you. But if a guy's behind bomb box or here, you don't know if the flash is going to help, you just come out with an easier timing, more predictable, and he pre-aims you better. 5v3. You don't need to do much right now. They need to take the site. I'm looking. So right now, if I'm you, I'm looking around to see what util my team has immediately. Because, like, if I have a boy right here, and if I'm sitting here, my guy has flashes, side hall, or spawn, I'm asking for him to throw flashes behind me right here to peek with him. GG. This guy doesn't care about winning.